What's going on, Timberwolves fans? Welcome to Timberwolves Today. I am Tyrus, your host. Welcome back to another episode. Season is just around the corner, but before we get to it, we have to talk about some preseason overreactions. I'm one of them. I coming out of that Sixers games, I wanted to beat the Sixers, guys. Like I wanted to beat them bad. We needed to end that preseason debacle of winning like 2 games on a win. We needed to come out and we needed to win that game. That was my opinion. I'm standing by it. I didn't love how our guys played, and everyone's like, "Well, you're overreacting, my guy. Like, relax. Like, it's not the it's we're gonna be fine when it all comes down to it, and we might be." But I want to see us try and win that. Joel Embiid hadn't played a game in 8 months, and you're gonna let him work us like that? That don't work for me. I didn't like that at all. So I just want us to see it. I just want to see us actually try to win games like that, and we didn't do that in my opinion. We didn't go out there with the plan outside of don't lose, and that's when we lose. That is exactly how Finchy loses a lot of games for us. That's just my opinion, but I don't know. Season's here on Wednesday. We're gonna be fine, guys. We're gonna be so fine. Everything's gonna be a okay. We have nothing to worry about. You know. Um, but no, let's get into the more of the season talk here. I was just pulling up on my phone to look at it. We have some roster moves to talk about. So let's start off with the sad. The Timberwolves have cut 4 players from the roster. Jules Bernard, who I thought maybe had a chance of being a two-way guy or end of the bench guy at best. Um, he looked good in the preseason. He was at least entertaining, and I believe we had him on our summer league team where he was entertaining and fun. Tristan Newton, that one didn't make a lot of sense. He's probably just going to end up signing with the G League team. All these guys are probably going to end up on the G League team. Zion Poland, G League, and Alonze Johnson, I believe that's how you say his first name, also got cut. I don't know. None of them had an insane preseason that warranted keeping them on anything. Like the two ways are going to go to Rocco, and obviously the next point, Johnny Juzang got put on a two-way, which is good for him. I kind of thought he might just make the regular roster, but I was wrong. I was kind of shocked to see him get put on the two-way, but good for him. I mean, we can always just sign him to a full deal. It happens all the time. I mean, that's what was going on with Drew Timmy, whatever else. But it feels like maybe we're leaving a roster spot open in case we find something we want. Um, we lost out on the Russell Westbrook sweepstake. I didn't really want him, but it feels like a lot of fans did. And to each their own. That's what I'll say. I don't think it was going to be a good match at all for us. We didn't need a guy like that. We need a guy like Conley who's going to be able to be himself and not need the ball all the time or take stupid shots like we know Westbrook does. So congrats to him. He can go play on the Kings and look weird as hell in their jerseys. Yeah. But yeah, Johnny Juzang, two-way guy. That means Bones Highland's probably making the full-time roster, so good for him. I don't really know that he earned it in the preseason, I'll be honest. I wasn't impressed with much outside of like one of his games against I believe that was against the Lions from the CBA, but I like in other news, we did exercise our team options for the 26-27 season on both Rob Dillingham and Terrence Shannon Jr. So that's exciting. Doesn't mean they're going to stay. I don't know. I don't think I would think they're going to, but we could always trade them. Like it's the NBA is more of a business than any of the other leagues. So it really just comes down to does it make the most sense for us to keep guys like that or move on and try to get picks and wherever the team's at that point. Um, yeah, that's pretty much that. The other funny thing that kind of happened recently was Ant basically saying like, "Hey, if you're gonna trade me, like let me know. Like, do not like surprise me," which was just funny. Like we'd obviously never trade Ant unless we desperately had to or he wanted to, I guess. But he likes Minnesota right now, so all is good. All is good. I think he kind of learned that from Cat too. Like Cat never requested a trade, yet we still traded his ass the first opportunity we really had. It felt like. So yeah, I mean, whatever. You know what I mean? It's fine. It's fine. Um, I don't know. I really like where the roster is at. I think we're in a good spot with this team. Um, We're going to get to it here in a second, but I mean, just looking at the depth chart alone, things have kind of gotten cleaned up quite a bit. Like, where is. We don't even have Bones Highland on this roster. On the. Come on. Come on now, ESPN. Let's put Bones Highland on here. Show some respect. Anyways, the depth chart for the Timberwolves is starting to fill out. Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert starting. No surprises. Rob Dillingham, Dante, Terrence, Nas, and Nas. Nas playing both backup, power forward, and center will be interesting. It's not a surprise. I mean, he is the true six man, and we know he's going to split those minutes pretty heavily coming off the bench. So I'm a love that Nas is cool with coming off the bench and didn't be like, I think I don't want to make all this money here. I want to go make it somewhere I can start. So I'm really glad that he decided to stick around. I am. Dante being this backup shooting guard, I'll be honest, I don't know how long Dante's going to be here this season. It truly feels like we're on the outs with them. He didn't really play all that much or all that well in the preseason. I know we just talked about preseason overreactions, but that's my opinion. I don't know. Like, if someone came and they're like, hey, we need a shooter and we'll give you a questionable shooter and a couple picks, I don't see any reason we'd be like, no, I think we'll keep Dante. Like, we're good. So he could be on the way out more than not, you know. Terrence Shannon Jr., backup shooting guard, pretty cool. But that does push Jalen Clark all the way to like third string shooting guard, I guess you could say. And Jean Beranger is obviously third string like center. So that's where things gets a little weird, in my opinion, just because it's like, well, Jalen Clark is going to get more than that, right? So that leads me to kind of my next point. Let's just get right into that. Who's going to get what minutes, you know? Like, obviously, we know that Ant and Jaden and Rudy and Randall are going to get theirs. They're probably going to play 25 to 30 minutes a game. No surprises. Conley, I'm going to put him tentatively at like 15 to 20 a game, depending on the matchup, depending on what things look like. Rob is going to fill in the rest of that, somewhere between 15 and 20. Dante, I'm probably just going to continue to say 15 to 20 for him as well, probably on the lower end of 15. Terrence Shannon Jr. again, 15 minutes. Jalen Clark's going to be lucky to get 10. Nas is going to get, honestly, 20 to 25. That makes the most sense to me. Then it kind of just leaves out Jean Beranger. Maybe just pick up some like 5 minutes at the end of games, or, you know, it's like, oh, end of the half, whatever, like toss him in. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But I think that makes the most sense for the roster, and give guys minutes where they need it and also where they deserve it. So I'm pretty excited to see how this roster shapes out. I really like the new look of it. I miss Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Josh Minot, and Luka Garza, just because they were like quintessential to that kind of this new team, and it feels like we lost our heart right now. But I think that heart's still gonna be found in new guys like Terrence Shannon Jr. Obviously, Naz Reid's been the heart for a while. Anthony Edwards has been the heart. Like, it's just an adjustment. But the only big question mark I really have about the minutes is, what are we gonna do with Leonard Miller? Because it felt like he kind of arrived in the preseason, and it feels like we're going to give him an actual chance, when everything I thought was we're going to end up trading him for our picks for someone who just wants to not, I don't know, who wants to take on a salary and we want to save money. Apparently, we're going to keep him. Apparently, he's good, but how are we going to find him minutes? You know, he is by trade a forward who could probably play, you know, the power forward position for us. He's 21 years old. He's 6'10". Like, that makes him just as tall as Naz Reid. He's taller than Naz Reid, actually. Naz is listed at 6'9", which is bonkers. We got to find this guy minutes. I think you probably should slide him up into like the third string power forward, let him get 5 to 10 minutes a game and actually get some like real game time, instead of just burying him in the depth charts behind guys like Joe Ingles even. Like, Joe Ingles should not touch the court this year unless it's to inbound a ball. You guys know what's up. I don't know. I don't think it makes a lot of sense to bury him in the depth charts anymore if we're going to keep signing him back. Otherwise, if we're not going to, let's just get rid of him so he can get a shot somewhere else. I think it's weird what we're doing to the guy. I do. But that's kind of what I'm expecting from minutes. We're going to see how the season shapes out. Obviously, it's the NBA. Stuff can change within a game or two. So let's get through this first game, and then we will be able to kind of see where things are going to go from there, Let's get to the last one here. Let's talk about the Portland game. We're going to talk about it every day until it happens. Today, I'm just going plain and simple. Here's my thoughts on it. We play them on the 22nd, obviously. I've said this. And ESPN's given us like a 60-40% chance of winning this. I like that. I think they're probably getting some more percentage, and obviously Vegas is making him an underdog at home. It is the first game for them at home. No injuries really by any team except they're out Scoot Henderson, who questionably was on their roster. Don't really know what their plan was going to be for him before he got hurt. But here we are. Both teams are healthy. I really don't know how we lose this game. In all honesty, I think we match up really nicely with them. Um, they have a lot of young guys at center. So it's going to come down to Rudy just taking care of business, in my opinion. If Rudy can take care of business and be the veteran, then there's no way we lose this game. Oh wow, I'm just looking at things randomly. NBA Finals odds, they've got us at plus 1800. That gives us the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, eighth best odds to win it. Yeah, that's at least interesting. We're going to come back to that in a second. The game, one last thing about this game. We'll talk about it more in depth as we get closer to it, but we got to shoot better. If we come out and shoot horribly in this game, it kind of sets a tone for the season, and then we have to work back from that. Let's go set the tone in the right way, high spirits, make our shots, get it done with, go home on a win, be able to come back and beat the dog shit out of the Pacers in the black tree jerseys on October 24th. That'd be cinema. There's no that would be the best possible outcome possible. Wow. That would be the best possible outcome. But yeah, that's my opinion on the game. Just want to talk about these finals odds that I'm seeing here because this is crazy. They give us eighth best. Do you guys want to guess who they have over us? Okay, that was your chance to guess. OKC, obviously, plus 200. Cavs at 650. Denver, 650. New York at 1,000. Houston at 1,400. Lakers at 1,500. And the Clippers at 1,600. And then us. Get out of here with putting the Clippers up there. They gave us the same odds to win as Orlando. Put some respect on Minnesota, please. We went to back-to-back Western Conference Finals, and you're going to give us plus 1,800? Be so for real. Put in the Denver Nuggets, who we beat, by the way, in... I guess we didn't beat... We didn't beat them last year. Whatever. We beat them a year before that. Did we beat... Who did we beat? Oh, yeah. We beat the Lakers and Golden State. What am I talking about? Denver didn't make it out of the semifinals last year. They lost to OKC in the semifinals, and then obviously we lost to OKC. But putting the Lakers above us, even though they had basically the same roster, that's just mean. We beat them in 4. And we beat Golden State in 5, who's just under us at 2,200. I don't know. That's stupid. But whatever. That was Timberwolves Today. That's all I've got for you guys today. And until the next one, you guys all take care.